Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Coba beda ke dayalo Jagat sab sare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Patita pavada hetu tava avatar Mosabapa Tita Prabhu Dapa ibe ara Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Shuki Kripa Bolo Kada Koro Abiboro Duki Daya Koro Sitapati Advaita Gosai Tava Kripa Bale Pai Caitanya Ditai Ashwarup Sadatada Ruparagodat Bhatta Yoga Shri Jiva Prabhu Lokadat Daya Koro Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas Ramachandra Sange Bhaje Darutamo Das Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Choba Bida Ke Dayalo Jagat Samsare Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Chababida Ke Dayalo Jagat Samsare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha, Radhanata Radha, Radhanata Radhe. Jaya Radha, Radhanata Radha, Radhanata Radhe. Jaya Nitai, Gaurahari Nitai, Gaurahari Gaurahari. Jaya Nitai, Gaurahari Nitai, Gaurahari Gaurahari. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Haribol, 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 Haribol. Jaya Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Asotara Sata Sri Srimad Abhay Charnar Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Navacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sako Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinata Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Shri Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki Jai, Dear Lordship Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Jai, Shri Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai, Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Hari Ki Jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Ishkan Father Acharya, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for being present. So today we are discussing the introduction to the teachings of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So yesterday, Virabhadra Prabhu discussed the first part from page 1 to page 6 on the teachings of Lord Caitanya introduction. So today I will try to continue from page 6 to page 12. So first of all, the prayers. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjaya Salakaya Chakshurulmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhantamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhadu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So tomorrow will be Gaura Purnima, and we will be celebrating the birth of and the appearance of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So therefore, we are focusing so much on Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaura Chandra. So, from the previous section yesterday, we heard or we learned the meaning of Caitanya Charitamrita, which means the character of the living force of immortality, and that refers to Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered to be Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not one of us. He is not an ordinary person. He is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he does not come under the cloud of Maya. So he is known as Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. He is the son of Mother Sachi, and he is known as Sachinandana. And he has come to teach the message of Krishna Prem and to teach us how to become Krishna conscious. And we must study him in that light. And he is known to be the most charitable, most magnanimous, because he has given free love of God. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Premi Pradayate, Krishna Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Premi Pradayate. So, actually he broke the storehouse of love of God, and he distributed freely to everyone. So, in the part that I'll be discussing, actually, Sri Prabhupada has presented this 5-day lecture in New York in 1969. And this is how it became, in the book, The Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And the second part is from verse 5 of the Caitanya Charitamrita itself to verse 14. In verse 5, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he describes how Krishna is absorbed in the thoughts of Radharani. In verse 6, in the Caitanya Charitamrita itself, it says, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami, he offers his obeisance to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. In verse 8, he discusses the 4 expansions, the Sankarsan, Pradyumna, Anirudh, and Vasudev. In verse 9, he discusses the duration of the breath of Mahavishnu, and within one breath of all universes are created and annihilated. Verse 10, he discusses the Garbhadana Vikshu, Garbhadaksha Vishnu, and Shiradaksha Vishnu. In verse 11, he discusses Krishna as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Verse 12 and 13, he discusses Advaita Acharya's incarnation as Mahavishnu. And in verse 14, the obeisances to the Panchatattva. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Nityananda, Gadadhar, Srivas. So, the reason why I broke these into the verses, because while reading, one may, get confused, what we're talking about. So, and also in verse 15, he discussed the 3 principal deities of Vrindavan, Madan Mohan, Govinda, Radha Govinda, and Radha Gopinath. So we have often heard the phrase love of God. So how far is this love of Godhead can actually be developed and can be learned from the Vaishnava philosophy. So the theoretical knowledge of love of Godhead can be found in many places and in many scriptures. But what is love of Godhead actually is and how it is developed can be found in the Vaishnava literature. And it is unique and it is the highest development of love of God that is given by Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So if we really want transcendental love, then we have to transfer that love to Krishna, who is the supreme lovable object. So Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. So this is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. So actually Krishna Prem is hidden, it is latent in the heart of every living entity. So only when we come in contact with the devotees that Krishna consciousness is awakened. It is stated, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunaya Shravanadi Sudachita Karaya Udaya. That Krishna is present in the heart of every living entity. And when we come in contact with a pure devotee, that love is awakened. And Srila Prabhupada gives the example similar as a match. When you strike a match, the fire is exhibited. In the same way, when we strike our heart with the chanting of the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If we chant it purely, sincerely, attentively, and focus, so someday the love will be exhibited from the heart. So, Prabhupada says, but Krishna consciousness is so nice that it makes no distinction between man and woman. And the Bhagavad Gita 9.32, it is stated, Mami Parata Vyapasricha Yepi Shu Yanoya. That, O son of Prata, those who take shelter of me, be they of lower birth, a woman, a Sudra, a Vaishnav, is sure to attain the highest destination, Goloka Vrindavan. So it goes on to say that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informs us that in every country and in every scripture there is some hint of love of God. But no one knows what love of God actually is. The Vedic scripture, however, are different in that they direct the individual in the proper way to love God. Other scriptures do not give information of how one can love God, nor do they actually define or describe what or who the God actually is. So we are familiar with the 9 stages of devotional service. And starting with Shraddha, which is faith, Sadhu Sangha, association with the devotees, Bhajana Kriya is practicing Krishna consciousness, then accepting a spiritual master and taking initiation, and then it is Anatha Nivriti, where we get rid of all the unwanted things in the heart, and then it is Nishtha, which is steadiness, and then Ruchi, taste, Ashakti, which is attachment, Bhav, ecstasy, Prema, and Krishna Prem. Bhav and Krishna Prem. So the goal is Krishna Prem, which is love of Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended that the greatest achievement of human life is to achieve the grace of Lord, love of God. And he said, Prema Pum Artha Mahan. That to achieve love of Godhead is the highest perfection of life. And this also is taught by Kadama Muni to his wife Devahuti in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3. Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 8. So although officially promoted love of Godhead, gone too far. I don't have my mouse here, sorry. Although officially promoted love of Godhead, but they have no idea how to execute it. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives a practical demonstration of how to love God in a conjugal relationship. Taking the part of Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tried to love Krishna as Radharani loved him. Krishna was always amazed by Radharani's love. How does Radharani give me such pleasure? He would ask. In order to study Radharani, Krishna lived in a role and he tried to understand himself. This is the secret of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnations. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but he has taken the mood and the role of Radharani to show us how to love Krishna. Thus the author writes in the 5th verse, so I'm talking about the 5th verse, I offer my respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord who is absorbed in Radharani's thought. So, it's stated in the Shrutisvatra Upanishad, Paryasya Shakti Vivideva Shruyate, that Krishna's energies are innumerable and immeasurable. And he has 3 potencies. The internal potency, which is known as the Antaranga Shakti, the marginal potency, which is known as the Tatastha Shakti, and the external potency, which is known as the Bahiranga Shakti. But the internal potency has further 3 divisions, which is Samvat, Ladini, Samvat, and Sandini. And the Ladini potency is Krishna pleasure's potency. All living entities have this pleasure-seeking potency. For all beings are trying to have pleasure. This is the very nature of the living entity. At present, we are trying to enjoy our pleasure potency by means of the body in the material condition. By bodily contact, we are attempting to derive pleasure from our material senses. But we should not entertain the nonsensical idea that Krishna is always spiritual, also tries to seek pleasure in the material plane. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes the material universe as non-permanent, a place full of misery. Dukhalayam asasvatam. And we know, the spiritual world, in the material world, there's danger at every step. Padam padam yadvik padam. Why then would Krishna seek pleasure in matter? He is the super soul, the supreme spirit, and his pleasure is beyond the material condition, the material concept. So to learn how Krishna enjoys pleasure, we must study the first 9 cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we should study the 10th canto, in which Krishna's pleasure potency is displayed in his pastimes with the Radharani and the damsels of Vraja. Unfortunately, unintelligent people, they turn at once to the spots of Krishna in the Dashama Skanda, the 10th canto. Krishna embracing Radharani, who is dancing with the cowherd girls in the Rasa dance, which are generally not understood by ordinary men like us. So they foolishly think that Krishna is like themselves and that he embraces the gopis just as an ordinary man embraces a young girl. Some people thus become interested in Krishna because they think that his religion allows the indulgence in sex. That is not bhakti. That is not Krishna bhakti, love of Krishna, but prakritya, sahaja, material lust. So Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas recommend that we first study Canto 1, Canto 2, Canto 3, Canto 4, Canto 5, Canto 6, Canto 7, Canto 8, Canto 9. After understanding that, then we can go to Canto 10, and then we would understand Krishna's relationship with Radharani and the gopis in Vrindavan. Sorry, my mouse is just jumping here. So it stated Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Na Anya, that Radha and Krishna are one in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Krishna desires to enjoy pleasures, he manifests himself as Radharani. The spiritual exchange of love between Radha and Krishna is the actual display of Krishna's internal potency. Although we speak of when Krishna desires, just when he did his desire, we cannot say. We only speak in this way because in conditioned life, we take it that everything has a beginning. However, in the spiritual life, everything is absolute. So there's neither a beginning nor end. Yet in order to understand Radha and Krishna are one, they also become divided. The question when automatically comes to mind. When Krishna desired to enjoy his pleasure potency, he manifested himself in the separate form of Radharani. And when he wanted to understand himself to the agency of Radha, he united with Radharani. And unification is called Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This is all explained by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraja in the 5th verse of the Caitanya Charitamrita. So it said Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Anya. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a combination of Radha and Krishna. Thus, without understanding the pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot understand Radha and Krishna. And Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he therefore sings, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Ahibe Akuti Kabe Bujabo Se Jugala Piriti. When shall I be very eager to understand the books left by the 6 Goswamis? And then I will be able to understand the conjugal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So in the 6th verse, the author further explains why Krishna assumed the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna desired to know the glory of Radharani's love. Why is she so much in love with me, Krishna? What is my special qualification that attracts her, and what is the actual way in which she loves me? It seems strange that Krishna, as the Supreme, should be attracted by anyone's love. A man searches after the love of a woman because he is imperfect. He lacks something, the love of a woman. That is not the case with Krishna, who is full in himself. Thus Krishna expressed surprise. Why am I attracted by Radharani? And when Radharani feels my love, what is she actually feeling? To taste the essence of that loving exchange, Krishna made his appearance in the same way that the moon appears on the horizon of the sea. Just as the moon was produced by the churning of the sea, by the churning of the spiritual loving affairs, the moon of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Indeed, Lord Chaitanya's complexion was golden, just like the luster of the moon. Although this is figurative language, it conveys the meaning behind the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in verse 6 of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the internal reason, or the most confidential reason for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described. So listen carefully. So the first reason is to understand the glory of Radharani's love. To understand the glory of Radharani's love. Secondly, to understand the wonderful qualities in Krishna that she relishes. And thirdly, the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of that love. So firstly, to understand, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to understand the glory of Radharani's love. 2, the happiness she feels when she tastes that love in Krishna. the wonderful qualities that she sees in him. And thirdly, the happiness that she realizes from the sweetness of that love. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to experience this. So the full significance of his appearance will be explained in the later chapters. And after offering respects to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami begins to offer his obeisances then to Lord Nityananda. And in the 7th chapter of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the author explains that Lord Nityananda, or Balaram, is the origin of Mahavishnu, and that is Krishna's first expansion as Balaram, as a portion of whom he manifested as Sankarsan, who then expands as Pradyumna, and then as Anirudh and in Vasudeva. In this way, so many expansions take place. Although there are many expansions, Lord Sri Krishna is the origin, as confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam or the Srimad Brahma Samhita. He is like the original candle from which many thousands and millions of candles are lit. Although any number of candles can be lit, the original candle still retains its identity as the origin. So the Brahma Samhita 546 is stated, Deepa chidiva dasatarama abhupetya Deepa yate vivitahetu samana dharma Yasta drigiva cha vishnutya vibhati Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So, from the original candle, many other candles are lit. In this way, Krishna expands himself in so many forms. And all these expansions are called the Vishnu Tattva. So Vishnu is the large light, and we are the small light. So Krishna is the big lighty, and we are small lighties. It's a joke. So when it is necessary to create the material universe, Vishnu expands himself as Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu lies down on the causal ocean and breathes all universes, and all the universes, including, let's see. He lies down the causal ocean and breathes all the universes, and from his nostrils, thus from Mahavishnu and the causal ocean spring all the universes. And all the universes, including ours, float in the causal ocean. In this regard, there's a story of Vamanadev. So he robbed Bali Maharaj of 3 steps of land, and then he took the 3rd step and he stuck his foot to the covering of the universe. And water from the causal ocean flowed to the hole that his lotus feet made, and it is said that the water became the river Ganges. Therefore, the Ganges is accepted as the most sacred water of Vishnu and is worshipped by all the Hindus, from the Himalayas down to the Bay of Bengal. So Mahavishnu is an expansion of Lord Balaram, who is Krishna's first expansion, and that in Vrindavan, in the Vrindavan pastimes, as Balaram. And in the Maha Mantra, when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we know that the Rama refers to Balaram. So since Lord Nityananda is not different from Lord Balaram, so when we, in the Maha Mantra, the Ram also refers to Lord Nityananda. So thus the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra addresses not only Krishna and Balaram, but also Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, so we should also think of Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Next, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he discusses the subject of the Chaitanya Charitamrita primarily that deals with what is beyond this material creation. The cosmic material expansion is called Maya or illusion. And because it has no eternal existence, because it is sometimes called Maya illusion, it is respected as the illusory energy. Beyond this temporary manifestation is a higher nature, as indicated in the Bhagavad Gita. Parastasma tu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasta yatsuna vinashyati. Yet there is another unmanifested nature, which is the eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So the material world has a manifested vyakta and avyakta, manifested and unmanifested state. The supreme nature is beyond both the manifested and the unmanifested material nature. So this superior nature can be understood as a living force, which is present in the bodies of all living creatures. The body itself is composed of inferior nature, matter, but it is the superior nature that is moving the body. The symptoms of that superior nature is consciousness. Thus, in the spiritual world, where everything is composed of the superior nature, everything is conscious. In the material world, there are inanimate objects that are not conscious. But in the spiritual world, nothing is inanimate. There, the table is conscious, the land is conscious, the trees are conscious, the animals are conscious, so everything is conscious. And everyone, so to speak, is Krishna conscious. It is not possible to imagine how far this material manifestation extends. In the material world, everything is calculated by imagination or by some imperfect method. But the Vedic literatures give a real information of what lies beyond the material universe, since it is not possible to obtain information of anything beyond this material nature by experimental means. Those who believe only in experimental knowledge may doubt the Vedic conclusion, for such people cannot even calculate how far this universe extends. Nor can they reach far into the universe itself. That which is beyond our power of conception is called achintya, or inconceivable. It is not subject to speculation or experimentation. So our energy is limited, and our sense perception is limited. Therefore, we must rely on the Vedic conclusion regarding that subject matter which is inconceivable. Knowledge of the superior nature must simply be accepted without argument. How is it possible to argue about something to which we have no access? The method for understanding the transcendental subject matter is given by Lord Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan avyayam vivasvan manave praha manu ikshvar kave bhavat. The Krishna says, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivasvan. Vivasvan then instructed to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. So this is the method of the parampara, or the disciplic succession. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna explains that the Vedic knowledge imparted to the heart of Brahma, the first created being within the universe. So Brahmaji, right, who was the original living, accepted the knowledge from Krishna. Brahma imparted those lessons to his disciple Narada, and Narada gave it to Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva gave it to Madhavacharya. Madhavacharya then gave it to Madhavendra Puri, from Madhavendra Puri to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, and then to Narottam Das Thakur, to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, then to Krishnadas, to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, to Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Thakur, to our Srila Prabhupada, and to our current day spiritual masters. So this is how we receive this transcendental knowledge. So one may ask, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, then why did he need a spiritual master? Of course, he did not need a spiritual master, but because he was playing the role of an acharya, one who teaches by example, he accepted a spiritual master. He accepted a spiritual master. Even Krishna himself accepted a spiritual master as Sandipani Muni. For that is the system. In this way, the Lord sets the example for men. We should not think, however, that the Lord takes a spiritual master because he's in want of knowledge. No, the Lord is Atmaram. He is self-satisfied. He is all knowledge. He is simply stressing the importance of accepting the disciplic succession. So the knowledge taught in that disciplic succession actually comes from the Lord himself. And if the knowledge descends unbroken, it is perfect, although we may not be in touch with the original personality who first imparted the knowledge. We may receive the same knowledge through the process of transmission. In Srimad Bhagavatam it states that Krishna, the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, transmitted transcendental knowledge in the heart of Brahma. This then, one way of knowledge is received to the heart. Thus, there are two processes by which one may receive knowledge. One depends directly upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One is situated as the super soul within the heart of all living entities. And the other depends upon the Guru or the spiritual master, who is an expansion of Krishna. Thus, Krishna transmits information both from within and without. We simply have to receive it. If knowledge is received in this way, it doesn't matter whether it is conceivable or not. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a great deal of information given about the Vaikuntha planetary systems, which are beyond the material universe. Similarly, a great deal of inconceivable information is given in the Caitanya Charitamrita. Any attempt to arrive at this information through experimental knowledge will fail. The knowledge simply has to be accepted. So according to the Vedic method, sabda, or transcendental sound, is regarded as evidence. So the sound is very important in the Vedic understanding, for it is pure and is accepted as authoritative. Even in the material world, we accept a great deal of information sent through thousands of miles by telephone or radio. In this way, we also accept sound as evidence in our daily lives. Although we cannot see the informant, we accept sound. We accept this information as valid on the basis of sound. So sound vibration is very important in the transmission of Vedic knowledge. So the transcendental sound vibration that we receive, Goloka, Premadana, Harinama, Sankirtan. So it's the holy name directly from the spiritual world. And Krishnadas Kaviraj then explains the 8th verse in the Caitanya Charitamrita, that in every Vaikuntha Loka, Narayan presides with his 4 expansions, Sankasan, Pradyumna, Anirudh, and Vasudeva. So as stated before, the material universe are manifested by the Lord in the form of Mahavishnu. Just as a husband and wife combine to beget offsprings, Mahavishnu combined with his wife Maya of material nature. So it should be understood that all species of life, O Sarafkunti, are made possible by birth in material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. Aham bija pradapita. So Vishnu impregnates Maya, the material nature, simply by glancing at her. This is the spiritual method. Materially, we are limited to impregnating by only one particular part of our body. But the Supreme Lord, Krishna or Mahavishnu, can impregnate by by any part. Simply by glancing, the Lord can conceive countless living entities in the womb of material nature. So, in the Brahma Samhita, it confirms that the spiritual body of the Supreme Lord is so powerful that any part of the body can perform the function of any other part. So we can see only with our eyes. We cannot touch or smell with them. But Krishna, however, can smell and also beat his eyes. So Brahma Samhita, we're familiar with Anjani Yasya Sakalendriya Virtimanti Pasyanti Panti Kalayanti Rajam Jaganti Ananda Chanmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So when food is offered to Krishna, we do not see him eating, but he eats simply by glancing at the food. We cannot imagine how things work in the spiritual world, where everything is spiritual. It is not that Krishna does not eat or that we imagine that he eats. He actually eats. So actually, Krishna has actually taken his breakfast. He actually eats, but his eating is different from ours. Our eating process will be similar to his when we are completely on the spiritual platform. On that platform, every part of the body can act on behalf of another part. So Vishnu does not require anything in order to create. He does not require the goddess Lakshmi in order to give birth to Brahma. For Brahma is born from a lotus flower that grows from the navel of Vishnu. The goddess Lakshmi sits at the feet of Vishnu and serves him. In the material world, sex is required to produce children, but in the spiritual world, a man can produce as many children as he likes without having to take help from the wife. So because we have to experience with the spiritual energy, we think that Brahma's birth from the navel of Vishnu is simply a fictional story. We are not aware that the spiritual energy is so powerful that it can do anything and everything. Material energy is dependent on certain laws, but spiritual energy is fully independent. So now in the 9th verse of the Caitanya Charitamrita, the author stated that the countless universes result like seeds within the material world, like seeds within the skin spores of Mahavishnu. And when he exhales, they are all manifested. In the material world, we have no experience of such a thing, but we do experience a perverted reflection in the phenomenon of perspiration. We cannot imagine, however, the duration of one breath of Mahavishnu. Or from within one breath, all the universes are created and annihilated. So this is stated in the Brahma Samhita, that Lord Brahma lives only for the duration of one breath. And according to our time scale, 4,320,000,000 years constitute only 12 hours of Brahma. And Brahma lives for 100 of those years. Yet the whole life of Brahma is contained within one breath of Mahavishnu. Thus, it is not possible for us to imagine the breathing power of Mahavishnu, who is but a partial manifestation of Lord Nityananda. So in the 10th and 11th verse, Krishna's Kaviraj describes the Garbhadakshahi Vishnu and the Shiradakshahi Vishnu and the successive expansion of Mahavishnu. So Brahma appears upon a lotus growing from the navel of Garbhadakshahi Vishnu, and within the stem of that lotus are so many planetary systems. Then Brahma creates the whole of the human society, the animal society, everything is so. Then Brahma creates the whole of the human society, the animal society, everything. So Shiradakshayi Vishnu lies on the milk ocean within the universe, of which is the controller and maintainer. Thus Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the annihilator, and when the time for annihilation arrives, Shiva will finish and destroy everything. So, and in the 11th verse of the Caitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami then discusses Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Lord Nityananda as Balaram, the first expansion of Krishna. In the 12th and 13th verse of Caitanya Charitamrita, he describes Advaita Acharya, who is another principal associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and an incarnation of Mahavishnu as well. So the word Advaita means non-dual, and his name is such because he is non-different from the Supreme Lord. He is called Acharya, teacher, because he disseminated Krishna consciousness. So in this way, he is just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So although Lord Chaitanya is Sri Krishna himself, he appeared as a devotee to teach people in general how to love Krishna himself. Similarly, although Advaita Acharya is the Lord, he appeared just to distribute the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Thus, he is also the Lord incarnated as a devotee. So in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna is manifested in 5 different features known as the Pancha Tattvam. Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhakta Kyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. And we know that Lord Nityananda is known as the first expansion, and Advaita Acharya as the incarnation, Gadadhar as his internal potency, and Srivas as a devotee, internal devotee. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu is the Sri Nityananda, the Lord's first expansion, Advaita Acharya, the Lord's incarnation, Gadadhar Pandit, the Lord's internal potency, and Srivas Prabhu, the marginal entity in the role of a devotee. So in all cases, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source of the energy for all the devotees. Since this is the case, we take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the successful execution of Krishna consciousness. So we are sure to make progress. In a devotional song, Narottam Das Thakur sings, "My dear Lord Chaitanya, please have mercy upon me. There's no one who is as merciful, more merciful than you. My plea is most urgent because your mission is to deliver all fallen souls, and no one is more merciful than you. Therefore, I beg priority." So we just sang the song. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Tuma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsare. So we should always pray for the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. So with verse 15, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami begins offering obeisances directly to Krishna himself. So Krishnadas Kaviraj was an inhabitant of Vrindavan and a great devotee. He had been living with his family in Katwa, a small town in the district of Burdwan in Bengal. He worshipped Radha Krishna with his family, and once, when there was some misunderstanding among his family members about devotional service, he was advised by Lord Nityananda Prabhu in a dream to leave home and go to Vrindavan. So although he was very old, he started out that very night and went to live in Vrindavan. While he was there, he met some of the Goswamis, the principal disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was requested to write the Caitanya Charitamrita by the devotees of Vrindavan. Although he began this work at a very old age, but by the grace of the Lord, he finished it. So today it remains the most authoritative book on the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu philosophy. So when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was living in Vrindavan, there was not very many temples. At that time, 3 principal temples were there: Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, and Radha Gopinath. So as a resident of Vrindavan, Krishnadas Goswami offers his respects to the deities in these temples and requests their favor. And he says, my progress in spiritual life is very slow, so I'm asking your help. And in the 15th verse of Caitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami offers his obeisances to Madan Mohan, the deity who can help us progress in Krishna consciousness. So in the execution of Krishna consciousness, our first business is to know Krishna and our relationship with him, and that is Sambandha. So Sambandha, the three essential subjects in all scriptures, right, is Sambandha, to establish our relationship with Krishna, and Abhideya is to act in that relationship by engaging in devotional service, and the goal being Prayojana, which is Krishna Prema, to develop love of God. So in the execution of Krishna consciousness, our first business is to know Krishna and our relationship with him. To know Krishna is to know oneself, and to know oneself is to know one's relationship with Krishna, since this relationship can be learned by worshipping the Madan Mohan Vigraha. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami first establishes his relationship with him. When this is established, in the 16th verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj offers the obeisances to the functional deity Govinda. So Govinda deity, Radha Govinda deity, is called the functional deity because he shows us how to serve Radha and Krishna. The Madan Mohan deity simply establishes that I'm your eternal servant. With Govinda, however, there's an actual acceptance of service. Govinda resides eternally in Vrindavan, in the spiritual world of Vrindavan. The buildings are made of touchstone. The cows are known as the Sarabi cows, givers of abundant milk, and the trees are known as the wish-fulfilling trees, for they yield whatever one desires. And in Vrindavan, Krishna herds the Sarabi cows, and is worshipped by hundreds and thousands of gopis, the cowherd girls who are goddess of fortune. When Krishna descends to the material world, the same Vrindavan descends with him, just as the entourage accompanies him. Sorry about that. Krishna. My mouth is just jumping. Yeah. Prabhu, can you just bring my bag there, please? So Vrindavan is actually experienced as it is by persons who have stopped trying to derive pleasure from material enjoyment. When will my mind become cleansed of all hankering for material enjoyment, so I'll be able to see Vrindavan? One great devotee asks, the more Krishna conscious we become, and the more we advance, the more everything is revealed as spiritual. Thus, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami considered Vrindavan in India to be as good as Vrindavan in the spiritual sky. So I'm about to finish. And in the 16th verse of Caitanya Charitamrita, it describes Radharani and Krishna as seated beneath the wish-fulfilling tree in Vrindavan. So finally, Krishnadas Goswami offers his blessings to his readers in the name of the Gopinath deity, who is Krishna as master and proprietor of the gopis. When Krishna played upon his flute, all the gopis or cowherd girls were attracted by the sound and left their household duties. And when they came to him, he danced with them. So these activities are all described in the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. These gopis were childhood friends of Krishna, and many were married, for in India the girls were generally married by the age of 12. The boys, however, are not married before 18. Sri Krishna, who was 15 or 16 at that time, was not married. Sri Krishna was 15 or 16 at that time, was not married. Nonetheless, he called these girls from the home and invited them to dance with him. That dance is called the Rasa Leela and is the most elevated of all Vrindavan pastimes. And Krishna is therefore called Gopinath because he is the beloved master of the gopis. So it's very difficult for us to understand. We are not qualified to understand the subject matter. Therefore, it is described that we read, start from Canto 1 and go up to Canto 9 and then understand it. So we have to go to the process of Sambandha, Abhideya, and then Prayojana, which is the goal. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami petitions the blessings of Lord Gopinath. May that Gopinath, the master of the gopis, Krishna, bless you. May you become blessed by Gopinath. So the author of Caitanya Charitamrita prays that just as Krishna attracted the gopis by the sweet sound of his flute, he will also attract the reader by that transcendental vibration. So the vibration of Krishna's flute is prominent in the ears of the gopis. Naturally, they cannot hear anything else but the flute of Krishna. So constant remembrance of the holy name, the sound vibration of Krishna's flute, keeps them enlightened and enlivened. And they do not allow any other sound to enter their ears. Since their attention is fixed on Krishna's flute, they cannot divert their minds to any other subject. So in other words, a devotee who has heard the sound of Krishna's flute forgets to talk or hear of anything other than Krishna. So the vibration of Krishna's flute is represented also by the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And a serious devotee of the Lord who chants and hears this transcendental vibration becomes so much accustomed to it that he cannot divert his attention to any other object other than Krishna's loving pastimes. So this is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 21:144. So in Bhagavatam it's also stated, Krishna Vadam Tavashe Krishnam Sangopang Arasta Parasadam Yagya Sankade Prayer Yajanti He Subhade Saha, that in this age intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of God, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. So although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself, and is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So Narottam Das Thakur sings, Goloka Prema Dana Harinama Sankirtan. So this Krishna conscious movement, the Sankirtan movement, is nothing material. It is directly imported from the spiritual kingdom, Goloka Vrindavan. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we should always take shelter of the holy name by chanting, and this way we are worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we should prepare our consciousness to receive Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we should, in a humble mood, try to pray for the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. So by constantly chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Thank you for your patience in listening. There's so much subject matter that I try to read and try to explain. So I pray that you have understood what I tried to say. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions? Thank you. Forgive me, I'm sorry, Prabhu. Sorry, I confused everyone. Sorry, I confused everyone.